A few years ago, if someone had asked me whether I could speak English fluently one day, I probably would have laughed and said no. Back then, learning English seemed extremely difficult to me. I knew some grammar rules and a few vocabulary words, but whenever I tried to speak, my mind suddenly went blank. I would spend hours studying grammar books and memorizing word lists, yet when it came to having a simple conversation, I couldn't express myself properly. I remember watching English movies and feeling frustrated because native speakers talked too fast. Sometimes I couldn't even distinguish where one word ended and another one began. Because of this, I started doubting myself. I thought that maybe I wasn't talented enough. Maybe learning a language was only possible for certain people. However, after some time, I realized that almost every fluent English speaker had gone through the same struggles. Nobody becomes fluent overnight. Fluency is the result of small efforts repeated consistently over a long period of time. Once I understood this, my mindset completely changed. Instead of focusing on perfection, I started focusing on progress. I stopped worrying about making mistakes. I stopped comparing myself with others. Instead, I tried to become slightly better every single day. I began listening to podcasts during my free time. I started watching YouTube videos in English. Whenever I heard a useful expression, I wrote it down. I also practiced speaking to myself. At first, it felt strange. Talking to yourself in another language can seem awkward. But gradually, it became one of the most useful habits in my learning journey. Another thing that helped me tremendously was shadowing. Shadowing changed everything. For those who don't know, shadowing means listening to a sentence and repeating it immediately while trying to imitate the speaker's pronunciation, rhythm, and intonation. At first, it was challenging. Native speakers still sounded too fast, couldn't repeat everything accurately. I made countless mistakes. Sometimes I had to replay the same sentence 10 or 15 times. But I kept going. Little by little, things started changing. I began understanding more. I became more familiar with natural sentence patterns. My pronunciation improved. Most importantly, I became more confident. Confidence plays a huge role in language learning. Many learners actually know more English than they think. The real problem is that they're afraid of making mistakes. They worry too much about grammar. They overthink every sentence. As a result, they hesitate and speak very slowly. The truth is that making mistakes is completely normal. In fact, mistakes are necessary. Every mistake teaches us something. Every mistake brings us one step closer to fluency. Think about children. When children learn their first language, they make thousands of mistakes. Nobody expects them to speak perfectly. They simply keep trying until speaking becomes natural. Language learners should have the same attitude. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to keep showing up. Some days you will feel motivated. You will understand everything and feel proud of yourself. Other days you may feel stuck. You may feel like you're making no progress at all. This is completely normal. Progress is not always visible. Sometimes your brain is learning in the background. One day, you suddenly realize that you understand a movie more easily. You notice that you can express your ideas more naturally. You realize that speaking English no longer feels impossible. Those small moments are incredibly rewarding. Learning English can open many doors. It can allow you to communicate with people from different countries. It can help you access more information. It can create better job opportunities. It can even change the direction of your life. However, perhaps the most beautiful thing about learning a language is the person you become during the process. You become more patient. You become more disciplined. You become someone who doesn't give up easily. Language learning is not only about words and grammar. It is also about personal growth. It teaches us that meaningful results take time. It teaches us the importance of consistency. It reminds us that even small actions can eventually lead to remarkable changes. So, if you are currently struggling with English, remember this. You are not alone. Every fluent speaker was once a beginner. Every confident speaker once felt nervous. Every successful learner once made countless mistakes. Do not underestimate the power of daily practice. Even 10 or 15 minutes a day can make a huge difference over time. Keep listening. Keep speaking. Keep making mistakes. Keep learning. One day, you will look back and realize how far you have come. You will remember the days when speaking English seemed impossible. And you will smile because you never gave up. The journey may be long, but it is absolutely worth it. So take a deep breath, trust the process, and keep moving forward. Your future self will thank you for the effort you are making today.